If you're dealing with Lyme disease, you're given antibiotics and told to cross your fingers. Maybe you already tried antibiotics and they didn't work, or maybe you're like me and you didn't even want to go there to begin with. My name is Ryan Kearns, and in 2016, I was diagnosed with Lyme disease after fainting multiple times in public, at my friend's house, at home. It was scary. I didn't know what was going on. Then I found out I had Lyme disease, and they gave me antibiotics and told me to go away. Now, I was skeptical of antibiotics, which we're going to talk about today, but the point is, I was able to heal in an all-natural way, and I'm going to share everything I've learned with you today because I've also helped hundreds of other people do the same exact thing. So, you've come to the right place. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here, and let's get started. So first of all, why even avoid antibiotics to begin with? Well, I'm not against antibiotics, and in fact, they can work really, really well for Lyme disease if you catch your Lyme disease early on. If you got bitten by a tick today, I would say go try to get some antibiotics today. But for most people, that's simply not the case. And for most of us, including myself, that we're dealing with long-term, chronic, or lingering Lyme disease symptoms, antibiotics won't cut it. They absolutely wreck your gut and your immune system in the process, making it not worth it if you're dealing with a chronic or long-term case. That's why I switched to an all-natural protocol. Now, I'm going to give you the step-by-step process that I used in order to heal from Lyme disease, and that's helped hundreds of other people in the same exact place as you. Step number one is to target the infection with powerful plant-based herbs. The three herbs that have the biggest impact on people are Japanese knotweed, andrographis, and cat's claw. When I found this out, I started looking everywhere for those three herbs, and it was really difficult to find them. They were expensive, and I had to buy them in bulk and make them into teas, tinctures, and capsules myself. All of this work was just a lot, and I'm sure you can relate if you have fatigue and you're tired all the time and your heart is failing you and you feel like a shell of yourself. Doing all of that extra work is simply not the best route. That's why I wanted to make it as easy as possible for you to get those three herbs sent directly to you, and I created LymeWars.com to make sure that people could get the herbs that they need sent directly to their door for a fraction of the cost, time, energy, or money. These herbs are powerful, they're backed by research, and they're much easier on the body than antibiotics. So go to LymeWars.com now to check it out and see if you're a good fit to try out the Lyme Wars herbs, because honestly, hundreds of people are getting great results. We get emails every single day, and so far we have over 172 5-star reviews. Honestly, the only downside with Lyme Wars herbs is we run out pretty often because people just keep buying them super fast and taking all our stock. So we have to kind of get used to inventory and stocking up all the time, which is a very big challenge if you're not aware, but we're doing it. We're hanging in there. If the website is still up right now, we still have stock. So go to LymeWars.com. If the website's there, you're all set. Place your order and you'll get your herbs sent directly to your door, either every month if you choose a subscription or whenever you want if you just want to get a box. We can't wait to see your 5-star review after you take back your body and feel like yourself again. But don't get me wrong, the herbs aren't the only thing that's going to help you. Step 2 in the process for getting better all naturally is supporting your detox pathways. As you kill Lyme microbes, toxins get released, and these toxins can build up. That's why we need to make sure that our detox pathways are clear so that those toxins get removed from the body as they should. If your body has a hard time removing these toxins, you can have something called a Herxheimer reaction, where your symptoms can 3 to 10x, and it can be a really difficult time for a lot of people. So make sure you're supporting your detox the entire time in order to get better faster. There's a ton of things you can do for detox, such as milk thistle, red root, Epsom salt, sauna, dry brushing, activated charcoal, L-glutamine, and lemon water, just to name a few. But actually what I would rather do is give you a free 21-day detox course that actually comes free with the Lyme Wars Herb Box subscription. So when you get your Lyme Wars Herb Box, you get free access to our 21-day detox course, walking you through 21 different ways that you can support your detox pathways so you can avoid those Herxheimer reactions as you kill off Lyme microbes, and you can get better results and you can heal your body faster. So again, you get a free 21-day detox and the Lyme Wars Herb Box when you sign up for the Lyme Wars Herb Box. So go to lymewars.com to get that now. Step number 3 is to heal your gut and reduce inflammation. It's no secret that chronic Lyme disease and antibiotics destroy your gut, and that 70 to 80% of your immune system is in your gut. Therefore, we need to reduce inflammation and heal the gut and make sure our gut is working properly if we want to get better from any illness, let alone Lyme disease. Some simple steps you can take are use a high quality probiotic, try some bone broth, and maybe some collagen protein to help rebuild the collagen and any damaged structures that might be in your body, including a leaky gut or a gut barrier that is leaking into the bloodstream, which is a huge problem and causes a ton of chronic inflammation, and it might be something you're dealing with if you have Lyme disease. You're also going to want to avoid things like sugar, dairy, gluten, and seed oils to make sure you're reducing that inflammation and calming down the body and getting rid of that inflammation response that can be causing most of your symptoms. And finally, use powerful spices and herbs like turmeric and ginger. They can help lower that inflammation, heal the gut, and get you back on track towards healing. Step number 4 is to calm your nervous system. When you have chronic Lyme disease, your body stays in a state of stress or fight or flight mode, and it takes a lot out of you, right? You might feel exhausted all the time, or anxious all the time, or wired but tired all the time, right? You feel like you're super awake and anxious, but also your body has no energy. So what we want to do is get our body into parasympathetic nervous system territory. And how we do that is pretty simple, but not easy. First of all, things like breath work or meditation can be an absolute game changer. Even though it sounds woo-woo or hippy-dippy, it's not. It's actually quite simple. It's taking a moment each and every day, or maybe multiple times a day, to calm down our nervous system. That way our body stays in healing mode and we start to get better. See, Lyme disease isn't just about killing bugs. It's about repairing and restoring the functions in your body. And a huge part of that is allowing the body to even gain that foothold, which you can lose if you have chronic symptoms and if it leads to you staying in fight or flight mode and being in a stressed out state all the time, which is very common for people with Lyme disease. If you're not into breath work or meditation, just go for a walk outside in nature or a hike in the woods where you're away from everything and you can breathe in that fresh oxygen. There is no better feeling in the world, in my opinion. There are also some really cool adaptogenic herbs and plants that can help your body deal with stress and fight that nervous system response that we were talking about. One of my favorites is reishi mushroom, but there's also ashwagandha or rhodiola. Those herbs are fantastic, and reishi mushroom is fantastic for helping the stress responses in the body. And finally, prioritize your sleep. Have a bedtime that you stick to every day. Have a time that you wake up that you stick to every day. And remember, the point of this is to reduce stress, not to increase it. So don't stress out about trying to get a meditation in. Just giving yourself 5 to 10 minutes a day can be an absolute game changer at first, and you'll learn to improve that over time. Step number 5 to heal in an all-natural way from Lyme disease is to track, measure, and adjust. Look, there's no one-size-fits-all approach to Lyme disease. We all have different cases, different bodies, different genetics. I could go on and on. So it's really, really important to listen to your body, right? We all have different bodies, so we have to learn how to get the information we need from our actual body. And this is a learning process that I went through when I had Lyme disease, and it's something that I help my clients do when they come to me for help with Lyme disease as well. We really need to understand what's going on and take that time to get to know our body responses and what is feeling good, what's not feeling good, and what we can change and adjust along the way. You can adjust things like the different dosages of herbs or how often you do a certain thing. You can adjust everything, really, and it's all about testing and learning about your body. But the idea here is to be journaling and tracking everything, because it's sometimes difficult to know if you're getting better or not. The only way we can tell is if you compare yourself to yourself about a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and keep that progress tracked so you can look back and realize that you actually do feel better over time. That's why I started a journaling practice around the same time that I was fighting Lyme disease. And it changed the whole game for me. It allowed me to change my life in different ways and keep track of how things were going. And then over time, I saw myself get better and better and better. And eventually, I haven't had any symptoms whatsoever from Lyme disease in over 9 years now. And I know that you can get to that very same place. All you have to do is follow the step-by-step process that I laid out for you today. Now, I always get a ton of questions emailed to me and people calling me, asking me questions all the time. So here's some frequently asked questions so that you can save some time and get your questions answered right now. How long does it take to heal naturally? This is the number one question we get across the board on everything. We always get this question. And the answer is a little bit frustrating because the truth is it depends on the symptoms you're dealing with, how long you've been dealing with those symptoms, and how aggressively you stick to your protocol. Some people see great results within 3 to 6 months of a dedicated, focused, all-natural approach. But some people end up working on this problem for years before they finally see results. That answer can frustrate people and it can be annoying to think of, but the big clue here is you have control over how much focus and attention you put on your health and how much you're actually leaning into this natural protocol versus just trying it and seeing what happens, right? You want the mindset of, I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to do everything natural in my power to get my body back. And that's the mindset I came in with, and that's how I got better within 1 year. So it took me longer than 6 months, but I kept going. I stayed on the herbal protocol. I stayed using all of the supplements that I needed. I stayed, prioritizing sleep and meditation and walking in nature. I stayed doing all of these things for a long period of time, over a year, and then my symptoms were completely gone. And when you do something for over a year, turns out it actually changes you as a person. So now, my eating habits are completely different. My lifestyle is different. The people I hang out with is different. The places I go is completely different and based on my health. And so really, I've only gotten healthier since that point, which is awesome in and of itself. The next question, are herbal protocols safe? And the answer here is yes. Herbs have been used for thousands and thousands of years, and they're generally considered safe. They're especially safe when used with guidance by somebody that knows what they're doing. So try to work with a practitioner that knows about herbal protocols. They can be a huge game changer and a really big help in your fight against Lyme disease. Next question, can I use herbs with antibiotics? Now, generally, the answer is yes. Many people do use herbs with antibiotics, so that way they can just make sure they're covering all their bases. But of course, you want to check for interactions and always work with your doctor. Tell your doctor before taking anything new and continually work with a practitioner instead of just shooting in the dark and hoping you hit the target. But again, in many cases, yes, you can take herbs and antibiotics together. And finally, how do I know if it's working? Well, that all goes back to tracking and measuring your progress, keeping some type of journal or some type of tracker for your symptoms and how things are going over time can let you know what's working, what's not working, and what to change over time. So track your symptoms daily and look for gradual improvements in your energy, your sleep, your digestion, your pain levels, and your mood. Hey, do you want more help with getting better from Lyme disease? Because I created a free ebook that details a step-by-step plan that I use for myself and for my clients. You can get this free ebook called The Lyme Survival Guide by going to the link directly below in the description. I'll put the link in the comments as well. Just make sure you go check out this free ebook. All you have to do is put your email address in and we'll send it right over to your email address so you have it. It's yours, our gift to you to help you take back your body and feel like yourself again. We're in this to help as many people as possible, and so we want to just give you this gift to make sure you're on the right track and moving towards getting the healthiest body in your life. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe while you're down there, and if you have any questions about Lyme disease, feel free to hit that comment button. I try to get back to all the comments in a timely manner. And remember, you can take back your body and feel like yourself again. I've seen it done over and over again, and you're not alone. I'm here for you.